Good morning and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Tuesday, July 7th. Let's get into the action. The S&Ps were down 0.08%. Relatively minor loss this morning because there's not a whole lot of activity. We're still kind of in holiday mode. But the weakness this morning is really being led by tech shares. It's really due to Samsung's. Their preliminary earnings results came in above expectations. There were a number of factors inside their report that weren't as strong as what the market was looking for, which is accounting for the weakness. Again, we got to take a look at oil prices. Oil prices are ticking higher. We're up, like 1%, mainly due to the fact that Iran attacked a cargo vessel near the Strait of Hormuz. On the economic calendar today, we got international trade in goods and services. This is going to give us clues about the global demand and trade flows. In corporate news, President Trump yesterday highlighted Walmart's announcement that its plans to lower prices, calling a positive development for consumers. Bank stocks, they're active this morning. J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and others, they're looking to acquire a credit card network, specifically the one that's owned by Fiserv. So we're seeing some gains in Fiserv this morning. On the earnings front, nothing really came up, but we got Levi Strauss, LEVI, coming out tomorrow morning. That could be something. Taking a look overseas and looking at the DAX. The DAX is down 178 points, or 0.69%, with weakness in tech stocks that are weighing on the index. The FTSE, on the other hand, is up about 0.4%. I mean, gains in the energy sector. Oil prices are higher, energy sector's higher. That's offsetting the broad-based declines in mining shares. In France, the CAC is up 0.08%. That's 7 points. Supported really by the gains in luxury stocks this morning. That's what's really boosting that market into the green today. Then we're taking a look over at Asia last night, and Asia was red. I mean, it was lower. I mean, you look at the Nikkei down 1,480 points. It's 2.12%, with weakness in tech stocks, but financials were kind of positive. And then you have Hong Kong, which was lower by 0.51%, with broad declines in property stocks, and China was down 1.26%. Now, the World Bank projects that China's economic growth is going to slow beneath 5%, which is what their projections are. They expect growth to slow to 4.4% in 2026 and 4.3% in 2027. And they're really talking about the prolonged downturn in the real estate sector as a key headwind for the downturn in economic growth. Then we're looking at oil, and oil is ticking higher. We got WTI at $68.94 a barrel. That's up 0.57%, and Brent is up 50 cents a barrel to $72.51. Markets are kind of reacting to the latest Iranian attack on a commercial vessel near the Strait of Hormuz, despite the ongoing diplomatic talks. Get the API estimates coming out after the bell. That could be something to keep an eye on. Moving on to earnings, Levi Strauss tomorrow morning, EPS 24 cents. Expected move is 9.52% when they release. On the economic front, we got the international trade in goods and services coming out at 8:30 a.m. Then at 4:30 p.m., we get the API inventory estimates. In terms of single stocks moving the market this morning, Apple. Apple is showing some gains this morning, which is nice to see. What's causing? I mean, it's up. But not much. Yesterday was up big, but today it's still being positive. Their App Store growth is 3% in June, according to UBS. Amazon ticking higher. I mean, they're kicking off their 8-part U.S. investment grade bond sale today. Meta Platforms said 4 U.S. states are seeking $1.4 trillion in civil penalties in a lawsuit accusing the company of designing Facebook and Instagram to be addictive to young users and misleading the public about this. I don't. This is going to be an ongoing discussion on Meta. It's going to weigh on the stock. In terms of Dow Jones 30s. McDonald's comes out, says that they're going to be lowering prices on thousands of items, including beef and Coca-Cola. J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and others weigh on a deal to acquire Fiserv's own credit card network. In terms of merger news, this came out late last night, but Vertex is going to be acquiring CRNX, Charlie Richard, Nancy X-Ray. In terms of guidance, it was Abiva, ABBV sees Q2 adjusted EPS coming in 357 to 361. Street estimates 377. That's not good. Ryvan sees Q2 revenue coming in 1.55 to 1.65 billion. Consistent estimates 1.44. They're worried about they did a price decrease on their vehicles, and they feel that's going to hurt their revenue. But not in this quarter. But I don't see the stock's going to be a little challenged today, I suspect, after that announcement. Let's talk some catalyst events going on. Citibank, they launched coverage of SpaceX with a buy rating and $200 price target. They're talking about multiple catalysts in the stock, over the next, 1 to 3 years. So SpaceX getting some positive comments this morning. Remember, it's being added to the NASDAQ 100 today. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about our pick of the day for today. I'm going to go with Levi Strauss, LEVI. Earnings are tomorrow morning. The EPS is 24 cents. Expected move is 9.52%. Estimates are a little high at 24 cents. I'd feel better at 23 cents. Call volume, 2,365 calls traded yesterday to 1,740 puts. That's a 0.74% put-to-call ratio, which is positive. But the open interest is 20K on the call side, 26K on the put side. So I'm not loving it. I don't want to hold it into the event. But the major brokers are raising price targets on the stock. They do like it. But for me, to get in, my entry price has got to be in the 24.40 range. So I'm going to say 24.40 is an entry price here for Levi Strauss. But I do think we could see some positive action as we get closer to the earnings announcement tomorrow morning. So that's my pick of the day. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the stocks that are hitting the tape this morning, see if we see anything exciting. ADP data shows U.S. private hiring slowed to 21,000 jobs last week. Hershey Canada, the Pokemon company, announced a collaboration. Interesting, HSY. Southwest Airlines selects Klarna, KLAR, for its digital payments app. Lemonade, LMND, they expand to renters insurance in Vermont. Equifax to acquire Circulio di Credito for $750 million. China's DeepSeek is developing its own AI chip. Beijing is apparently thinking about curbing overseas access to the top Chinese AI models. Let's see what else we got here. Ford did another recall. They're recalling 110,000 Mustang vehicles. United Airlines judge rejected United Airlines' bid to dismiss a lawsuit from customers who complained they paid extra money to sit in window seats only to discover their seats had no windows. That's all I'm seeing this morning. All right, let's talk about yesterday's pick of the day. We went with Alibaba yesterday, and, it just seemed like a good pick, and it worked out. The fact of the matter is the stock opened up at 97.63, then fell down to 96.23, and I said low 97s. And then it ran. It hit 98.03, and, you look at the stock this morning, It's hit 98.03 again. So it's bid 98.05 to 98.25. So the 1% is there, just barely, but it is positive. So we'll take that as a win. All right, traders, that concludes today's NewsWare's Trade Talk podcast. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.